We are live. We are live. Another episode of Sophisticated Immaturity. I'm your host, Kenneth, uh, with my lovely co host, Asha, here. And today we're going to catch up on the latest videos and topics, local discussions, and let me notify Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook that we are now live. Sorry for the wait, but we're back at it. we like women that take accountability. We're gonna co-sign that. Thumbs up.
I would tell y'all now, he is always on time, and I am probably almost always late. All right.
Okay, let me send out the brief notifications. We don't have anybody in the chat, but hey, if you're new here, like, share, subscribe. Have you notified your people on TikTok there, Asha?
I'm about to.
Okay. And as always, we're going to put the link to join us in the studio, in the chat. See if if you want to join us in the studio and add to our conversation, you're more than welcome to join us on live. We are currently streaming in 3 locations at one time: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Our viewership hasn't reached large enough to stream on IG as well, but IG and X. But once we get enough viewers to stream on IG and X, we will be streaming live on there as well.
Hey.
All right, they are coming in. Thank you for stopping by today. So I know I got a lot of my friends from the Ken and Corey show, YouTube streaming here in DMV. Want to shout him out. Appreciate him for letting me be on one of his streams recently. We played putt-putt golf at a restaurant and establishment called Swingers in Northwest DC. It was pretty, yeah. The name, they really try to do something with the name, you know.
I'm like, oh, what type of event was this?
But it's a date spot, so I could bring it up real quick. Let me bring it up.
Okay.
So you can check it out.
Can I write in the chat? Lord, I'm having a slow moment.
You should be able to write in chat.
No, I'm sorry. I'm putting it in on TikTok.
Hey, for all the viewers, post a comment and let me know you're here, where you're from, where you're going to. Okay, let's see.
Can I pin it?
Here we go. No, share this instead. There you go. Alex in the building, Booty Merlin. We see you.
Hey.
Appreciate you. You know, you may need to upgrade your YouTube name because you say Alex, but it doesn't say Alex.
No, it has your government, sir. Mr. Maurice.
Yeah, we got to fix that. But appreciate you stopping by. And right now, currently on the screen, is Swingers DuPont Circle. It's a bar with the indoor putt-putt golf simulation. They have 2 courses, so it's dope. it costs like $25 to play golf there, and it's actually a good time. I would say the drink the mixed drinks are very weak, so
Most places.
like most places, but also you got to realize for people that are not familiar with the DC area, the restaurants now put the maturities automatically into your bill. So
Wait,
anywhere in DC, they automatically gonna put 18%.
everywhere?
Yes,
No matter the
restaurants.
party size either?
Yeah, no matter the party size.
Wow. Okay. Good to know.
Yes, that's to be aware because they will do that, and then some establishments will say, okay, on your receipt, it'll be like tip or
Right.
additional tip. Some establishments will let you know by saying additional tip,
Additional,
but
other
some
places-
will not, and then just be like tip, service charge, and then like, yeah, nah, you're not getting me. All right. Got three.
Well, 3 people in. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to drop us a comment. Let us know where you're from.
Right. Let me post the link to this on.
I'm excited for this review. I actually love this that discussion that they had. It kind of made me have some questions for myself. So,
oh, really?
Into it, yeah.
And this discussion that we're going to have was an interview that Paul Brunson had on the Diary of a CEO podcast.
Yes.
And which is a very dope channel that I would suggest all of y'all that want to learn more about themselves and what they aspire to be. I would definitely suggest you all go over there and check it out.
Yeah, I think his real conversations that he tends to have, because that's also, don't judge me because he's gonna say it, but the lady when we with the book Becoming Bulletproof,
yes,
her interview with him was also amazing too. So
yeah, this is the guy right here.
Yeah, I love tuning into Diary of a CEO podcast.
Should you keep secrets from your partner? This is big. Yes.
Yeah, so this is interesting. The first thing he said, the question was, should you keep secrets from your partner? He said yes.
And his explanation was a valid point. I think I will go into it, but there's a lot of things I think I stressed before that now I'm reevaluating my thought process.
Oh yeah, that's I have like the breakdown of the show right here. Like they got the segments. I'm not sure if you can see the times, the timestamps, but I have it broken down so we could just not have to play all of the content. You go over there and watch it if you want, but I want to just address each section that we're going to discuss. So
thank you everyone for tapping this one.
Yeah, so I put that on my
Hey. I need can you send me the YouTube link?
I will.
That way I can post the link in my YouTube link on my
I just sent it to you.
Okay.
I'm sending to again. I think there are two places. I don't know which place you're looking at.
I got it. I got it on Facebook.
All right. But before we get started in the video, I wanted to tell the local people in the Washington, D.C. area about some events that you like. What happened over the weekend? Over the weekend, I ended up going to Jimmy's famous seafood restaurant in Baltimore, Maryland. And
Ooh, nice.
It is legit.
I'll be down there in a couple weeks, so I need all the spots.
It is legit. It's a legit restaurant. I went there for a pro wrestling function. It was Saturday was the Royal Rumble, so they had a situation where they rented out a section of the restaurant and they had big screens so you could eat seafood, interact with local fans, and they were selling raffling off wrestling memorabilia. So it was pretty dope.
Hold on, let me make sure.
You're not on the screen. I took you down.
Okay.
Also, I want to tell you all about some things that's coming up this month, Black History Month, February, for the singles and people that's social. Some events that I'm attending. Let me share this tab. So for the local people, there's a PowerPoint party going on in Adams Morgan on the 5th. This is basically comedians have made PowerPoint presentations to make the audience laugh. Yeah. Right. You see MelaninCon there. You have on the 14th, there is a singles event for happening on Valentine's Day that I got invited to. And I got invited to that. Yeah, at a speakeasy in Northeast DC. And then of course we got MelaninCon that's happening in April. MelaninCon, I was like all about people of color, Black people. I would suggest you get tickets to experience MelaninCon. It celebrates our culture, Black excellence, and
I think you're a bit choppy. I don't know if it's your connection.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
It was a slight delay. Is it? Hold on.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in the city right now that I know of. But I'm also a moderator in a local group called DMV Does, which we have a lot going on in the city. So let me show that real quick. So this group right here, it's mostly DC, Maryland, Virginia. We have several events that we host ourselves, and then also other events that, you know, other organizations use us for advertising to yeah, that's about it. So with Asha, what did you have going on this week? Let me put you back on the screen.
I didn't hear you. Say that again. I think there's a connection. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. So what did you have going on this week?
Just a lot of changes at work. Nothing personally going on right now. Work has been a big change with the reorg, also with the new work order for federal workers to return back to the office.
How does that affect you?
We're trying to figure that out because
you are a contractor, though, right?
I am a contractor, so technically,
we have a contractor as well. We don't have nothing to do with that.
Right. Technically, we don't, but a lot of people are still up in the air on what's going to happen. Because, I mean, contractor or not, if they say we have to return back to the office, we'll see how that goes. Because I live in Timbuktu now. I'm not really that close to the office as other people, so we'll see.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely not a good look.
No.
What's going on now?
No. It's very unfortunate that people are being forced to be in that position.
Right. All right. So
get into it because I'm ready.
Yes, let's get into it. The first section is like, who is Paul C. Brunson? We don't need to address that. You could do your own research on who this guy is.
Yes, I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend getting the book that they are discussing in that in the podcast. I don't think it came out yet. I think it comes out.
Yes, the book is. Hold on, let me see. He has a dating and relationship advice show called We Need to Talk, and he is the author of such books as Find Love and How to Navigate Modern Love and Discover the Right Partner for You, and Keep Love, 21 Truths for Long-Lasting Relationships. So
that part. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Let's
put our phone on shutdown mode. How about that? Sorry.
Hey, we new to this. So forgive us, audience, if that was loud in your ears.
Sorry. I thought my phone was on Do Not Disturb already.
All right. So the first question that was asked is, how has love evolved since you started this? Okay. So how about for you? How has love evolved, or relationships started from you and your team to now?
A lot.
Evolved?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I think the quality of people have definitely changed from my younger years to now. I think my younger years, I had the Bob the Builder mentality. I can fix it, and I don't have that mentality now as an adult at all. I think I've encountered more quality individuals now that I'm older compared to when I was younger. I don't know. I think, like he said in the podcast, I think people date based on their esteem. And I think when I was younger, I didn't have that guidance. I don't think I had any self-awareness. I don't think any of that was a thought for me. So in knowing the things that I know now, absolutely, I definitely see and notice the difference in the people that I've encountered compared to when I was much younger. The people that I dated when I was younger, I want to forget completely. Like, I just want to erase the slip of those people.
They don't count. They don't
count.
I wasn't ready.
Everything resetted when I turned like 28, 30. That time frame is those relationships I would count. That everything before that,
I wasn't ready.
I was not ready. Not even a little bit ready. Not kind of ready. Just out here moving on impulse. No guidance, no thought, no nothing. Just reckless and childish, honestly.
Right.
He said after 7 years, this is a good comment. After 7 years, they fall off your report. You know what?
They fall off your report, yeah.
I accept that then.
The cat facts is the cat facts. It'll fall off.
They don't count, so shit. I don't. Then my quality has been great.
Say your credit report right now is spectacular.
My credit report looking real good. All right,
let's go. Because you know,
do you feel like the quality has changed for you in your dating experience?
Oh, for sure. I will say my biggest complaint is older people did not warn me in any way of how difficult it would be the older you got.
Yeah.
That,
I think, yeah, that's true.
it's like no warning. They just like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, and I don't think that's helpful. Like, it's not. I don't think that's helpful at all. But then it's also like, would you listen? Would you have listened?
It depends. It depends on who I was getting the information from. It's like, to me, it's like with teachers. Like, I feel like a lot of teachers don't get respect because a lot of teachers aren't financially successful and then become teachers. It's like people had the desire to help kids. That's why they become teachers, where I believe teachers that were successful in that subject would have more respect teaching the subject and people would want to learn.
Well, yeah, that's true, because you think about professors, how professors are professors are treated differently compared to a regular teacher that just teaches elementary, junior high school, and high school. So it's true, because people are experts in their field.
Right. Even if it was a professor, if you were in a class of a professor that was world renowned, you'll be like, oh, this is the guy.
Yeah, that's the gospel right there.
That's gospel versus he like, yeah, I just went to this school and got my degree. Now I got my doctorate, but I have no credentials to back it up. Or like you and a marketing professor, but he hasn't ran any marketing companies. Or he has no real world experience. He has just the education background. Like, my finance professor needs to be a millionaire, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever he's saying, this dude is a millionaire. We gonna ride with that.
So is it? So then I would say then it can't just be somebody who has experience in it. They have to actually be successful in it. So that means what would we deem success? Because this kind of touches on what he says in this video. Because a lot of people measure success in relationships. So like, say if you wanted relationship advice, they would say, oh, you need to go to the couple that has been married for 20, 30, 40 odd years to get advice. But what he was saying, not to jump too far ahead into the video, but he was basically saying it's not about the amount of years. We need to stop focusing on the years and start focusing on the level of satisfaction. Because I think for me, although I had married people around me that were in long relationships, those were not good relationships examples. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those 20 odd year, 30 odd year relationships lasted that long because somebody just kind of shut the fuck up and let things ride the way it was, not because they were both highly satisfied people in this relationship. It was comfortability. It was whatever, but it wasn't a circumstance of satisfaction.
Oh, but also you got to remember that this was before social media, so your dating pool was actually smaller than it is now. Whereas today we have access to the whole world of single people. Whereas back in those days, if you didn't even have cell phones, you had access to people in your neighborhood.
This is true.
As far as you was willing to drive, that's who you had access to. Because people couldn't even afford plane fights really back then. It was like the family took one vacation a year.
The circumstances are different.
It was summer vacation. We would go to like the next state over to the beach, and that was it.
It's true. Okay, that's fair.
So that's like, and I think that's why teachers don't get paid as much as they should, is because they really do, like, they had the mindset of you should already have your money before you get into this field.
Yeah. Okay. I don't disagree
Because
with that.
because if you're doing it for the goodness of your heart, paycheck don't matter.
Right. This is true.
And so that's what they're saying. Like,
different. Yeah.
if you're trying to do this to be paid, then maybe this is the wrong career pursuit for you to help people.
Definitely is.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, another thing about how love evolved is, like, I'll be honest, growing up, love wasn't even a consideration. Like, I grew up with Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style.
Oh Lord.
That era, you know, that era, we don't love them.
Yeah.
So what like, there
but y'all
was
still had to keep
about
Sweat.
Yo, everybody knew Keith Sweat was begging. Ain't nobody, it was like, it's like, why are we going to sit here and rock with Keith Sweat?
In the desert. Huh? Y'all didn't want to be the man singing in the desert. Y'all wanted to be Snoop.
How did they get there? How did they get to the desert? Exactly.
Oh God.
Exactly. You know, 90s R&B was like wild crazy. It was like everybody singing in the desert. They got white linen, or Jodeci had leather jackets on in the desert. They would have full leather outfits. Like, for real. Like, what were we doing?
Right.
It was hard to understand.
So y'all was part of the dog pound. Y'all was just like, we don't let them hoes. Fuck being Jodeci.
You know, it was like, fuck
fuck Luther. Fuck what they talk about.
But, you know, for me, I grew up in a broken home, so there was no father figure. So the male role models were my uncles and the men that I seen on TV, and the people on TV were esteemed higher because they were famous. Like, if I looked in my community, it was like, these men really ain't getting money, so why am I gonna follow their role or their path? I want to follow the path of the man that's getting money, getting the women, that's what I'm gonna do.
I get it. I definitely.
And you know, you will be led astray.
And look, mind you, but Snoop is married.
Exactly. That's why I said that. That's why I said that. It was like, because
that man bamboozled y'all. He got a whole way.
He bamboozled us big time, because the thing was, he was married the whole time, and we didn't know because there was no social media. So he was perpetrating a life that he wasn't living. He was living. Or if he was or was not, we could only speculate. There was no way of determining how real this was.
Touche. I mean, I guess that's what they're trying to say is happening now with the female artists. Like, you know, we have these women who, like Beyonce's and Destiny's Child, when they were out writing all the songs about being independent, and they got men. They are married individuals with a husband that they cater to, you know, and vice versa. Right. So it's like, I feel like the media has always kind of led us astray when it comes to that dynamic. It's always a warped image that they put out. It's like, be this independent woman, don't settle for such and such, but they go home and live the life that they're telling everyone not to do, not to follow. So it's like we getting mixed information from the media. But I think in the end of the day, it was just to sell records. Let's be honest. They're not trying to raise the world. They're just trying to sell fucking records. And Snoop knew we don't love them hoes, but still be relevant in 2025. So I had some bullets that I wrote down from that part of
let's go.
The podcast. And he was talking about how we date now is very dangerous compared to the way people dated back in the days. And I think it's true, because he was like, you know, before family was involved, friends were involved, things like that. And now we tend to keep our friends out of the dating realm when we're dealing with somebody. And I think that is actually doing more harm than good, because I'll be honest, I don't tell anybody who I'm dating. because it's more so like, I want to take my L's in private. I don't want nobody knowing about my L's publicly. Like, I want to be able to say I dealt with somebody, nobody knows, and I can pick up and just keep it pushing. No egg on my face, just whatever. But I think that is doing us more harm than good. I think the silence and the secrecy is making it a lot difficult for us to see the things that people from the outside looking in would normally see, because they're more objective.
Right, for sure.
So my question is, should we be changing the way we date? Should we now get to the point where instead of first dates just being one-on-one, should first dates be a group activity where you're kind of introducing the person to not only you, but your friends, your circle, and things like that? Or should we do it to where we keep it quiet until you get serious?
Well, that's very interesting. You brought that up as a question. Let me get this book real quick.
Okay.
So, I recently, on our last episode, I was telling you about that singles event that I went to, which was actually a book launch event.
Okay.
He's the pastor of that church, and he has a book right here called Relationship Roadmap.
All right. Shout out Stephen Chandler.
Yeah, Stephen Chandler. He's the pastor of Union Church here in the DMV and in Charlotte, North Carolina. And that's the key point of this book for as dating, how we're dating wrong, how dating was never supposed to be a one-on-one situation.
All right, so now I got to make sure y'all around the vet, because see, I don't have that anymore, so I can't I got to rely on my guy friends or my guy family members to vet people. So y'all be prepared when I start dating. That's a good question. If I'm being completely honest, I've never said it first.
This is a good question, and I would say I have said it first, but there's still fear. There's going to be fear even when I've said it, because the problem is once you put that label out there, once you put that stamp on it, now you change the dynamics of the situation.
Right.
Because they may not feel the same. Because a lot of people say it with the expectation of hearing it back. And I realize that it's not healthy to have that expectation.
Correct. Because how you feel has nothing to do with
how they feel.
But in the same token, the way you're saying that, I will be honest to say that I've said I love you to people simply because they said it first.
Right. And the actual feelings aren't there. Like,
no, they may have came after. I'm not going to sit here and say like they didn't ever come. They came after the fact, but at that point in time, it was more so of a said it because it was said.
Okay.
So I think I do have another question, but this is pertaining to podcasts.
Go ahead.
And I don't want to, because wait, let me open this up real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Am I still on the screen?
Yeah, you're still on the screen.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure I hurry up and mute myself as soon as okay, I did get to mute it. So
okay, we got to insert. Cannon Corey has entered the chat. Shout out to you. He said, but does love really exist anymore?
Absolutely.
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 Is it free? No.
Oh no. And he touches on that because, oh my God, this shit fucked my head up. He touches on the fact that love is it's based on what is it called? Shit. I'm like, the word is drawing a blank on it.
Reciprocity.
It's conditional. Love is
Conditional. Yeah.
Because it's true. I think that it is conditional. I think it is based on, like he says, the level of satisfaction that you get from said relationship. How much it costs then? I don't know.
I will tell you, it's easy.
No.
The cost varies.
It does vary.
It varies because it all depends on the financial state of the woman that you're dealing with. Because a woman that has everything together really doesn't need your money. It's not going to cost money. It's not going to cost monetarily resources like that. There will be a resource cost because you are required to date her to show her affection, attention, and care. But every relationship requires an exchange of resources, whether it be money, time, effort, attention. So it's a resource. So the cost may be different for different women. Like men complain about gold diggers, where in the most part, the gold diggers would be their interest is resources, money. But you'll have some women that really need you to show them empathy, love, compassion. And that is a resource because it's going to take you out of your comfort zone because now you're dealing with the real problems of today, you know?
Because a lot of motherfuckers are anxious or avoidant.
Right. Because a lot of the people that are secure, they got their person early and got out of the game.
Period. Because
they were smart.
They said about 50% of the population is secure. The rest falls into the realm of you're either anxious or you're avoidant.
Right. And here's an issue with, I believe, that 50% is because we allow the trauma of being out here in the dating scene take us from being secure.
Oh, absolutely.
I believe if we were to do it like traditional, where we found our first person, where we didn't have any relationship wounds, we were secure, and we actually had guidance to make the relationship work, we wouldn't have all of these emotional problems 10 years, 20 years later, you know, because you had guidance to get you over that hump of not knowing and trying to figure it out on your own.
I mean, technically, those resources do still exist, which
they do still exist, but you know, we want to be independent.
No, not even independent. I think it's a lot of people just don't take advantage of it because so it's funny enough for me to be the single friend. I get a lot of people that are in relationships that ask me for advice, and I always tell them couples therapy. I think it's like one of the first things I always recommend to people. And it's always a dynamic of one partner is okay with going and the other partner does not want to go. For whatever reason. Whatever their reason is. And it's like couples therapy is supposed to be used before it gets bad, not just when it gets bad. That's something that can help you navigate conflict in your relationship. It helps you with conflict resolution. It helps you with disappointment, how to deal with that. Because he even said, I think he said 69% of conflicts in relationships go unresolved. Man, that blew my mind. The fact that I have to be okay with 69% of shit just not being resolved.
Well, it's 69% of conflicts are not resolved because you are in a relationship with someone that never develop conflict resolution skills.
But
and
see,
this is where you say relationship couples counseling comes into play, because you learn those conflict resolution skills in counseling,
right?
You know, and if you never had an opportunity to learn those skills, if you like me, I'm avoiding. So I've never had an opportunity to really learn those skills. Like when things get hard, I'd be like, yo, fuck it.
You shut down.
I shut down, or I block them. I walk away. I just get up out of there.
And I think for me, I think I've dealt with a lot of people that handle situations that way, and that's normally when I walk away, because I don't chase people. So I think for me, I'm very big on, if we have a problem, I'm always going to want to find a solution to it or figure it out. But once the person shuts off, I start running. I am like sprinting to the nearest fucking exit. Don't ask no questions. I'm just out the door, because it's just like, I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm always having to fix the problem, and then it's never an exchange of that. And then that becomes a burden that you have to now constantly fix, and I'm not doing that.
Right.
All right, we have another question from Alex E. With the last person you fell in love with, how did you know you were?
How did you know you were in love?
Yes.
Well, for me, it's pretty easy to know that there is love there, because I actually value their opinion. I care.
Not because she had that fire. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Hey, if one piece of fire gets you.
No, not because she had that fire. Oh my God.
Hey, flag on the play. Flag on the play. We throw the red flag on the play.
Yes, that is definitely red flag alert.
This is red flag. This is a red flag right here. I wish I had a whistle, because we throwing the flag on the play on this one. Because that is, hey, if one piece of fire gets you to fall in love, you may need to stay out of the game and get yourself adjusted to fire.
Listen.
That's how I feel about it. Fire does help, though.
It does. Yes, it does.
It does help, because the fire makes it to where you be like, I really don't
have you looking past some shit for sure.
It's like, do I really want to let this go? Nah, not really. Because you already know out in the street, it's a lot of trash out there in the street. So
right.
It's
you
like,
don't want to give up what you got.
I always equate it to meals. Like, you think about your favorite restaurant, Ruth Chris, or like for me, my favorite restaurant is Fogo de Chao, because they have the meat selection. They just come around giving you the lamb chops and the steaks, and it's delicious. So my issue is, you're now at Fogo. Are you gonna leave because it's a wait? This is your favorite restaurant,
right?
Pause
on the meat selection. I can't.
Okay, what is it saying?
Oh yeah, you gotta still answer the question. How did you know it was love?
Yeah, let me put the question back up. So, number one, I valued their opinion and their time. I knew if they were upset with me, or if they were hurting, I had genuine concern for them. And also, if I would say they were a value added to my life.
Okay.
Like, infatuation is like, and lust can appear to be love, but you don't really know the person.
Correct.
Like, to me, love is when you still feel this way about the person and you know them.
Yeah.
It's like, regardless all of their flaws, all of their difficulties, you like, I'm still with you. I'm still going to ride out with you.
Valid point.
Yeah, so that's how I would say, it's love and not just lust, is because once you satisfy your desires for lust, you kind of lose interest. That's what a lot of men deal with when they, have a piece of fire for once or two times, and then they be like, all right, I'm good. Because they never took time. You were trying to build your foundation off of fire versus building your foundation off of friendship and actually getting to know the person. So it was lust, and it's not going to rock.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think once you pass the honeymoon phase and you still want to be there, that definitely is a telltale sign of this is the person you love and care about. I think for me, how I knew it was love, I think is the way the person cared for me and showed up for me. That's how I knew, and the way I wanted to now care and show up for them. Because if I don't love you, then I don't really care. But if I love you, I care. Like I'm committed. I'm 10 toes down for you no matter what. I think that definitely tells me the difference of if I'm just infatuated with someone versus if I love someone.
But also, even if you love someone, it doesn't mean you should be with that person. Or
absolutely, because I don't think that.
Or you can be, or it does. The love is just like an ingredient. It may be the main ingredient.
It's not enough.
It doesn't make the dish of a happy relationship, because there are skills that skills that you need to round it all out. Like I can admit I was
relationship.
I can admit I was naive thinking that love, good sexual compatibility, and we cool is enough.
It's not. But I think I had a similar thought to that as well, because you think I feel like that fantasy of, if you love this person, everything is going to be perfect and fine, and you realize like no, it takes a lot more than just love to have something long with someone, or a quality with someone. Again, we're not thinking about just that.
Right. So I just want to address the chat. Thank you all for viewing the stream right now.
Yeah.
And tell a friend. We have, if you have any questions or considerations, please post them in the chat. We will address them. We have this topic up here to keep the conversation going when there are no comments in the chat. So let's keep it going.
All right, so I have a question.
Hold on. Hey there, Candy Corey. You asked where I get this background music from. Hey, this is a part of StreamYard, which you don't like. So, brother, it's included in the package.
I have to have another conversation about that, because why don't you like StreamYard?
His display is more so like the streamers, where it has the comments displaying on the.
I like that. Oh, okay, understood.
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas my comments, I post them like this. I bring them up. His comments in the chat constantly.
You'll see it as they're going. Yeah. I actually like that. Okay. We can combine two things. So my other question are, what do you feel your biggest, hold up, we got another question. I need what are my flaws in general, or like dating life? Because my dating life, I didn't put a lot of effort into dating these last couple of years, if I'm being quite honest. I have not put a lot of effort into dating as of lately.
Hey, in chat, she's single too, so if you send, we ain't got super chats yet, but if you send her a chat snap, she'll probably answer your question directly.
I mean, I can speak on, I guess, my flaws in general, but I think one is me being a runner. She's a runner. She's a track star. I'm working on my patience with people. What else? I think my expectations kind of let me down in the dating realm, and I don't know if it's impossible expectations, because I feel like they're not impossible expectations, but maybe some people are saying that, but I don't. I think because I've stayed in previous relationships that I felt I was in longer than I should have been, now I think I leave a lot more quicker. Like, I pretty much one of those, if I see an orange to yellow flag, I'm probably like 1 foot opening the door a little bit, kind of scooting towards the exit. Because I can tell you now, I think people who have poor communication, I normally will clear it. I ain't even fighting it. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I wish you well. And it's bad because I have a pre-typed note that I send to people when I don't want to move forward with dating them, because I used to just ghost people, and I know that's not mature and healthy. So now I do at least give people a notice, like, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, but I don't want to move forward in this dating experience, but I wish you the best. So it's kind of like the job rejection letter that people give you. Yeah, so I think that's one of the top things I am working on as far as my flaws, and trying to just get some balance in my expectations with people, because I gotta understand that everyone doesn't communicate the same.
Okay.
All right. Shout out, welcome Alex D to the stream.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all welcoming.
What? Don't you dare blow that comment up, please.
The wild one.
Yes. Don't blow that one up.
Yeah, we won't.
Shut up, Corey.
Hey, Corey's a good guy. He's here in DC. He has his own YouTube channel. Go ahead. You can post your YouTube channel in the chat. Yeah, Corey.
Sure. Okay, so maybe I can help.
Video editing skills. I don't know how to do that yet, so that's why I live stream.
Perfect. So I have a question for you guys up here, since y'all are asking these questions. What are some of your expectations in relationships? Like, what do you expect to receive from people when you are looking to, develop a relationship with them?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll go first if it's okay with you, Kenneth.
Yeah, go ahead. You're the guest.
All right. So expectations. I'm expecting somebody to come with positive energy. Like I'm a big advocate of energy. Like, if you're not making me feel like we can talk and resolve things like in an adult manner and continue on, then I don't feel like you're going to be that person that's going to be in my life too much longer. I'm expecting somebody to also just be able to, I guess, like I said, be an adult when it comes to conflict resolution. Because I'm the type of person, I understand every day is not going to be rainbows and sunshine. There are going to be days where we might not want to talk to each other, see each other, be in each other's face, all of that. But your reaction towards that will tell me a lot about how much I want to continue on with you. So, I used to say this in a lot of my previous relationships. I never intentionally or intend on hurting anybody, especially the person that I'm in the relationship with. Never intentionally. Now, will they get hurt through some things? Yes, that happens. But once you get hurt, how are you going to respond? Are you going to sit up there and be mean, hold a grudge? Are you going to try to do something petty? Like, how are you going to respond? And if you respond with any action that shows me that you're not about growth, like I said, it's not going to be lasting too much longer. So, yeah, that I would say that I just expect somebody that's willing to work with being better. Understand, like, I love. I haven't came across too many people like this in my life, but I would love a woman that's not afraid to take. There's going to be a strong word, accountability, because I'm telling you, I just feel like the ones that I've encountered through my life, they make me feel like accountability is a disease that they don't want. Versus, I think honestly, if women were to take more accountability, and I'm not disregarding guys either, because guys fuck up a lot too, but I definitely feel like if women take accountability and then give that guy some type of understanding about the accountability, he's going to want to go to bat for you even more, because he sees that, hey, you know, you're willing to tell me where you messed up and how we can do better.
Right. I do agree. I think accountability is lacking on both sides. I talk about that a lot because obviously I know you probably experience it with women you date, but I also find that to be a struggle with people as men, because I date men, obviously. It's always more of that, like, well, why are you still on that? Or I thought we were over this. And it's like, well, no, we never got past it. I think there's a lot of people that I've encountered where they assume they equate time will brush shit under the rug. Like, that doesn't work. If you have an issue and we've never actually addressed the issue and we've never come to a conclusion or a solution, it doesn't just go away because we have time. I think I like time to calm down. So I can tell you now, if I'm upset, I'm probably going to take some time away, calm myself down, because I don't ever want to say something out of anger, which I will say in my younger years, I did do. Like, I can definitely sit here and say my younger self would have been, my feelings are hurt, so now I got to hurt your feelings a million times first. That was the mentality. Right. And I think, but that's me going through and doing my own work, going through therapy, learning the tools of, okay, just because you're upset doesn't mean you should say something you can't now take back out of anger, knowing that this person might be the person that you still want to be with after the fact. They may not want to be with you after the shit you just said, though, you know? So it's learning those things. And I do think there was a point in time where I didn't even take accountability. But again, it's a lot of the fact where women, and I'm not saying only women do this, but we will be a victim. We'll act like a victim. Oh, you did this, so I did this, and it's justified. And it's like, no, that's still wrong. And you need to hold yourself accountable. But that also comes with learning and growing and doing necessary work to be able to identify, like, we all fuck up. We're not human. We all make mistakes. It is okay to make a mistake. Acknowledge it and keep it pushing. Now, if you hold it over my head, it might be the fuck, but you know, like, let this shit the fuck go. Now I'm joking.
Okay, so now back to your question. What are some of your expectations in a relationship?
Oh wait, no, we gotta get Kenneth ass. He left us and he gonna dip off. No motherfucker, no.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back. The question's still there. The floor is yours, though.
Yes, oh girl, please. I used to cry on cue. Don't even play. Oh, I give a whole Oscar fucking performance. Okay. Knowing goddamn well I was wrong.
Man.
But you know, men don't know what to do once you start crying. So I used to do that shit. I used to work with my dad, so I learned that.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead. All right,
So,
you gotta ask the question.
Answer the question of what are your expectations in a relationship?
Yep.
I believe first you got to define what type of relationship you want to have. That is probably, for me, that's when a lot of sitting down and doing the tough questions on what you want, what type of future you want to have. Like, it could be in the early stage, a relationship to me is just about having a good time, getting to know each other.
No, so no, seriously, like, not even just the dating part, because dating, it ain't shit. What are your expectations as far as an actual relationship? Not just the dating part, because we know dating is just not saying that it's not important, because I think the dating part is very important. It's what's supposed to lead into the relationship. But you keep going.
So I know, for example, I can add on to that if that's okay. Some of the things I expect. I also expect my partner to. So I want a type of partner that's affectionate. I didn't get a lot of affection growing up in my household, in my life. So that's something that I definitely expect my partner to be able to help me with. And that's not to say that I'm putting all the weight on them to do it, but it's just I would like somebody who's comfortable showing me and helping me, because more than anything, I still want to grow. I still want to learn. I'm not that stubborn guy who's just like everything is my way. No, I definitely want to learn from a woman and just see what she can do to, like I said, like I keep saying, add value to my life, but also show me things that I just haven't seen before. So, like I said, affection is big on mine.
Okay, so you expect expectations. All right, go back to Kenneth. You're on mute.
Good communication, cooperation, and flexibility.
What's the difference for you between cooperation and flexibility?
Well, flexibility, I was kind of talking about her legs.
Jesus Christ.
She got to have some flexibility.
Oh,
Speak your truth, King.
Yeah, she got to have some flexibility.
You get on my damn nerves, Lord.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta keep true to the podcast.
You just better hope
sophisticated maturity. We can't be serious the whole time. You
better hope she don't ask for reciprocity, though.
Right.
If she asks for reciprocity,
how you feeling?
You said if she asks for reciprocity on the flexibility?
Exactly. What you gonna say then?
Hey, I can touch my toes.
He said I could touch my toes.
I was say, can you tie your shoes without gasping for air when you come out?
For sure.
Right.
As a reformed big backer, I've learned from my big backish ways, and we got to keep it slim and trim because it's not sexy when you dripping sweat all over them. It's not sexy.
True that.
I can't fucking do. Oh, Tiff asked, how much weight have you lost?
It was around 50 pounds.
You was on it too. I was following that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was walking 7 miles a day and definitely changing my diet. It did. Hey, I also realized that a lot of in my case with the extra weight, it caused problems sexually, like ED. And that could be an issue with a lot of people just not being in shape. You got to be able to keep that blood flow going. You got to watch your health, man. I'm just saying that them pills ain't what you need to be on.
Yeah, I was gonna just touch on people who tend to have like high blood pressure or on high blood pressure medication. That's like one of the top symptoms for them when it comes to the side effects. Like they end up having erectile dysfunction because whatever the blood pressure pills does, it clashes with y'all getting
right
want to or being able to maintain it. So yeah, definitely agree that being active will improve the blood flow.
You hear this? You see the comment she talk about? It was good because of the dripping sweat.
I'm telling you, it really could.
It could be that.
But it's different if it's dripping from our face to y'all. Then y'all gonna be like, oh, like
Right.
Again, if it's good, we won't complain. Now, if it's bad and you doing all this motherfucking work, nigga, what are you doing?
But it's different. It's also different if your body not sweating, but your face is. You know, it's like you got the.
But look, if
you ate too much.
If you love me, just wipe it off and wipe your hand on the bed, though. If you love me,
yeah. Little smudge. Oh yeah, ED is erectile dysfunction. So just to touch briefly on my expectations, I think what's important to me is conflict resolution, open-mindedness, good communication. I mean, definitely want some good sex. Like, ain't nobody waiting this long and taking these breaks in between sex to be getting some mid shit. So, yeah, I'm gonna need some of that too. Yeah, definitely need some conflict resolution. And be open to not feel like, you know what? I'm gonna throw one more in there. Be open to therapy. I think that's like one of my top requirements now at this age that I'm at. I think, or at least be willing to get guidance, even if it's not a therapist or a mentor or something. But you can't be just one of those people like, I ain't got no problems, I'm good. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. Hey, that's definitely red flag for that.
Oh, that's a major fucking red flag.
That's a red flag. When they talk about, I don't need no therapy, I'm good. Like, who told you was good?
Thank you, you did.
You know, like the doctor, hey, you can't say you healthy and you never been to a doctor. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Well, I was just about to say that because a lot of these people, for example, they're looking for good relationships or somebody that they can move forward with, and I'm not. And then, in my opinion, if we can't have a conversation about, for example, getting tested or going to the doctors, then what are we doing?
Or the fact that I tell you we need to get tested and you tell me you don't have a doctor, we just don't need to move forward.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. Well, this is quick, but I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and they were telling me they were talking to a guy, and the guy said to her, my medical record, my medical information is private. I don't share that with anybody. Oh,
good job. Bye. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. You right, it's private.
She said she gonna privately hit you with that Yamin, you know.
Okay.
She a ninja out here. She a ninja with it. She got the deadly.
That part.
She got the pretty deadly.
My medical records is private. Then when you keel over and somebody got to be your fucking.
Yeah. But I mean, of course, she told me she ended it with the guy because she was like, "I'm not about to sit up there and give you my body. You can't even give me the information about your medical history." But
right,
that's wild.
Get the fuck out of here. That is wild. Motherfucker got a whole lot of shit. Got a parasite up his ass and wouldn't even know.
Right.
All right.
He talking about he got a tapeworm and you. He out here got a tapeworm. He wondering why he can't. He always hungry.
She damn sure dodge a disease. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, in a perfect world, I have another question, and this is just strictly y'all are sharing what y'all would want. Not saying that it's gonna happen exactly this way, but I'm gonna put it in the chat so everybody can engage in it. But what do you want out of your next partnership?
Hey, for me, I think it's these streets don't love us. So I just want to get all out of these streets. Like, can we get out of the streets and have
not this fucking
the streets don't love us. What are we doing here? It's like,
I'm sure you can find a lot of fire cannon.
No, I'm telling you, it's like this. You go out in the streets, it's like the streets are like the bully in elementary school. They tap in your pockets. They say like, what you got on you? What you got on you? And then next thing you know, the ladies done found the money. You had it in your sock. because you know here in DC we keep the big money in the sock, like because if the bully try to grab at your sock, you can go ahead and hit him and knock him out. It's over for him.
I can't.
So yeah, let's get out of these streets.
So you want your next partner to get you out the streets?
Get me out of the streets. Have fun. Good sexual chemistry. And also, let's set the goal of, for me, financial freedom. Get your credit right.
Yeah.
I'm a homeowner. Like, I want to own additional property.
Same.
How about we get ambitious in a way that we are not wearing our money? Our assets are creating money for us. So then, you know, I could be doing this live stream from Barbados or from some beach, you know, instead of from my room.
That part.
Like, that's the goal that I have for the relationship I want to have, you know, the marriage I want to have is like, we're ambitious enough to where it's not about what the neighbors say or anything like that, but it's about the life we want to live together. Like, if your life is just sitting at house just watching TV, I really can't add to that lifestyle because I don't even watch TV. So, you know, if it's not on YouTube or on my cell phone, then it's probably not going to get watched.
That's fair.
If I have to have cable to watch it, or a streaming platform other than Netflix. Netflix is free with my T-Mobile, you know. Right. Then I'm good.
Well, that's about to go up. Just to let you know. If you didn't get
I got to.
Oh, okay. Alex, you want to go or?
Sure. What do I want out of my partnership? Though this topic is definitely touchy, I want a partner that's not afraid to address the whole 50-50 thing and then not get upset about it, right? Rather than argue about it.
No hope. I'm joking.
rather than argue about it, just like I said, be able to have an open topic, open conversation about it and then see what 50-50 actually means. Because, for example, 50-50 to me, it does not mean you're paying 50% of the bills. 50-50 to me means you're completing my other half of where I lack, and I'm doing the same thing on your end as well. It's not specifically based on how much you're bringing, because I know, for example, like I'm a 6-figure earner, so it's not often that I will come across women that make as much as I do. So I'm not going to tell her, oh, you got to pay 50% of the bills, because I know I'm bringing in the funds. But where I'm expecting that 50-50 is like, if I'm holding down the fort with the funds, I need you to come in some other way, whether you're like let's say you have good financial background as far as saving, as far as investing, or even, you know, just building things that you can do to apply to my life to where I can turn my 6 figures possibly into 7, or if you're at 5, I can get you into 6. So be that 50 where you're gonna add value at the end of the day. Don't be that 50 where you're just taking, and then like, what am I doing with you?
Right.
Hey, I will agree with Alex. That's the misconception. I think for once, asking about 50-50 isn't the right question. The right question would be, how can you add value to the relationship?
Correct.
You know, because when you say 50-50, most people go directly to the financial standpoint, and I'm glad that he brought this up because we have a video. I believe this is one of the videos you sent to
NPN
to address this issue.
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah, and this is the guy that
I fucks with him because he's
Ken and Corey was talking about, Mr. Russell Hartley.
Never knew the man's name, but I fucks with him hard.
Yeah, But you know, also I want to caveat this guy. I did a little background research on this guy. He does live in Beverly Hills, so you know we're dealing with a
person who really got that life.
He's dealing about a standard of a different caliber of person, you know.
Yes, the person who actually falls in the realm of the 10 to 20 percentile that can talk about. Go ahead and play the video.
Right, let's play the clip.
More like 2%, but I got you.
Yeah, I don't know how much he made, but yeah, he up there. It's not playing the audio though.
Oh, it's not playing it. Hold on.
Yeah, you might want to make it bigger and make us smaller.
Hey, that was the wrong video anyway. Oh,
that was the second one. It's the one before that one.
Right.
I figured out how to send it to NPN because I figured it out like after the fact.
So Trinice, I see Trinice said something about the finances. Yeah, I agree. 50, like only way I can see myself, and this is being honest, going 50-50 in the finance department is if my person is making as much or more than me. That's the only way, because I feel like at that point, like I said, we're not. There's no need for one person to put all that weight on the other. But I'm also the type of person, like I said, that 50-50 is extended beyond the financial department. I cook, I clean, I take out the trash, I do dishes. You know, I make sure the car gets its oil changes, all of those duties.
Listen, you know what?
I do. My favorite chore is laundry. Like, it's crazy.
I'll fold them and I'll wash it, but I'll take forever to put them bitches away. I think, yeah, that's for sure, Corey. I do agree to that extent. You do figure out who you're dealing with, because I feel like if a person wants to contribute, you will see that in dating. You won't have to pay for everything in that sense.
Okay, let's see if this is the right video. Get
Why
the
is it like that though? Damn.
Right, because he talking that craziness. That's why.
He's not talking that craziness. He talking real shit.
All right, here you go.
Money cares if she's a gold digger. They just don't. The only people I've ever cared about, oh, she's a gold digger or whatever, is men that don't have any gold to dig. What gold? Where? In your house? What house? Where is it? In the backyard? You don't have land. What gold? It's always the people that imagine that one day they'll unlock their powers and become super successful, and the girl they're dating now when they're broke is going to one day take them for all they've got in their imagination in the future when they're all rich. No man with real money cares if she's a gold digger. They just don't. The only people I've ever cared about, oh, she's a gold digger or whatever, is men that don't have any gold to dig.
All right.
Got a single piece of gold or silver or copper in sight, but okay.
I don't know. That statement is iffy to me, because though he may say that, how can I say this? I feel like there are some men that are actually still successful, and they come across women who, like you said, they just want. They want everything that comes with the successful man, but they don't want to do anything for themselves because they're like, hey, I got my come up. So his statement, I feel like is
no. I will. I agree with this statement. The issue is he's not addressing the problem. The problem is the men that complain, they shouldn't be dating that woman in the first place.
Thank you.
Like when you this is the issue of dating beyond your resources. If you're better off staying within your budget, and if she's a gold digger and she realizes this is all you can do, she will leave. A gold digger isn't going to force you to go out of your budget.
No.
You go out of your budget trying to
impress them.
appease the gold digger.
That's true. That's true. But I guess what I'll also say, and this is just my opinion, some gold diggers know what they're doing. They know, like, if they know somebody likes them and they know that this person is pouring into them, they'll receive with no expectations of
see, here's the issue. The guys that like them don't know them.
And
so it's not really a like, it's a lust.
This is where accountability comes into play, because people can only do to you what you allow. There's not enough manipulation for a motherfucker to make me empty my bank account for them. There's not enough love in this world to get a motherfucker to empty their account. You have to still have your boundaries when it comes to interacting with people. If you know in your heart of heart, I can only afford X, Y, and Z, do not offer anything beyond that. Because if a person truly fucks with you, what you offer them will be enough. They will be okay with it. They will be perfectly fine with it. But now if they're complaining about whatever you're giving to them, that's a telltale sign that they're not with you for the right reasons. Yeah. And I wish more men understood, don't give more, because giving more is not going to get you the results you want. It's just going to get you used more.
Right. And this is where, I posted this, Tiff posted a comment, date on your level. I disagree on this statement because we all on the same level. The thing is, you need to understand your budget. Like, your budget doesn't determine, like, a rich man could still be broke.
Yep.
He could be multimillionaire, but if he makes $1 million salary, but his bills is 1.1 million, he's still in the hole. So it's not about level. It's about date responsibly. If you know that this event or this activity is going to put you in the hole to where it's going to compromise your lifestyle, that's the issue. So when you go back to this video where he say he never hear rich men complain about it, it's because the threshold of activities that they're providing their women doesn't hurt their budget.
Right, because no rich man Bill Gates is not about to drop every single dime he got on no chick. I don't give a damn if she got the grip, the Guac 3000. That man is not about to empty his bank account for no snatch. But it's true, you have to have, and that's actually a question that I have, like, your boundaries have to be set in stone, and you have to be okay with somebody not liking your boundaries.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and
that's the hardest part.
It is, because you got to stand on those boundaries, and most people don't, because they're worried about rocking the boat or disappointing somebody.
I wouldn't even say that's the reason. I would say it's hard to stand on boundaries because as men, we are told to pursue women, so we don't know the parameters in which the pursuit should be held. So some men overdo it.
Your boundaries. If you can pursue a woman as much as you want, but once those things start to compromise your boundaries, that's the moment you should not be pursuing that woman anymore, because now this is somebody you're technically not supposed to be engaging with. If anybody you're dealing with violates one of your boundaries and you are expressing that, listen, this is my limit, and they're giving you pushback on it, that's a problem. That doesn't mean, let me compromise and let me make an exception of the rule. Every time we make exceptions, we do a disservice to ourselves.
Oh, for sure.
And people don't respect you more for it. I'll be completely honest. In fact, they look at you as now a simp, because now I know I can get him to go past his means, knowing that this is going to hurt him. But because he wants to please me so much, he will. That's the definition of an actual simp, not somebody who just cares for somebody.
Right. And Cannon Corey says, what makes a woman higher or lower level? I would say if she is accustomed to activities that you can't afford, she's a higher level.
Correct.
Because you as a man, you offer, this is where I'm taking you. make sure that's within your budget. Don't base where you take her off of what she desires or what she's used to. You show her you.
Yep.
And from there, she be like, oh, I'm not interested in this restaurant. How about we go here? Like, no. I'm taking you where I want to take you. You're not going to determine where I spend my money.
Correct.
And you need to set that boundary early.
Yep.
And this is where your desire, your lust to get the cheeks will you got to let it go. Now that's where you are you paying to play, or are you trying to really show this woman who you are?
I agree. I do agree with that. I think, because I will be honest, like, there's some women who have certain standards, and it's not necessarily only because of the guy she's dealt with. Like, there's also women that treat themselves very well. You know, they give themselves the best out of life. You know, they're used to fine dining because those are the things they do for themselves. But what we do see 9 times out of 10 is these chicks who only go to Applebee's when they buy themselves. When they get with a dude, now all of a sudden they start to require more. You don't have to rise to that occasion if you don't want to, and if it's out of your financial bracket, I don't recommend it.
Right. Okay. So Tiff made another comment that the man that can't afford should not try to force her to date down, but should date on his level. And I agree with that. He should not force you. He should present what he can do. And she, as a woman, she determines if she's cool with that or not. If she's not cool, she moves on. He should not be like, have an attitude.
Her, or it is what it is. It just didn't work out.
It is. It doesn't line up.
Right. I'm sorry. I didn't understand Corey's comment. She just on a different level because of who they dated. No, I don't think that's true. I think.
Hold on, let me get the comment. Let me get to the comment.
Hold on, I just put it up. Yeah, I don't think it's not necessarily on who she's dated, even though for some people that does be a factor, but I think it's more so what is her lifestyle in general for herself. Like, you know, what type of female is she? Because you do have females that are successful, that are into fine dining, and they are willing to spend that, you know, with themselves.
But I have a caveat with that isn't really addressed. The women that are into fine dining, that do take themselves out and do want a man that makes as much as they make, they still aren't seeing the full picture of the situation, because yes, you're able to take yourself out to this restaurant. Do you simply want him to be able to take himself out to this restaurant, or to take you and him out to this restaurant? If you want him to take you and him to the restaurant, that means he has to make double what you make.
Right.
So it's not you want someone on the same level. So just because you are able to go here, you want someone able to go there plus take you there.
Correct.
But that's not what's said. That's not the message that is put out there. The message that is put out there is, I want a man on my level. No, you want a man above your level. Really?
In some cases, I don't know.
I'm just saying financially, if you want him to take you to high-end restaurants because you're used to going to high-end restaurants, whether you pay or someone has paid for you, you've never gone to high-end restaurants
and had to pay for others?
And pay for others, typically. That's not routine.
It's not standard as far as dating, but you do have women who do that with their friends.
Yes, you do. You do. So, and if your friend circle is like that, hey, right, you are aware. But most people's friend circles are not like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've had friend circle where we rotate. Somebody may pay one time, the next person may pay. Sometimes we even split. It all depends on the mood, the day, whatever, what the circumstances are. It might be I got it. Cool. You know, so it's I'm not even trying to do too much with that topic. It was just saying and expressing that some people have those standards because of the standards they set for themselves. It's not always about who they've dated. So Corey said, Tiff said, don't ever approach me if you already can see how I roll. You can't afford it. Let's not waste time, sir. And I do agree. I think it's one of those situations where, you know, the man from McDonald's trying to date somebody that works in a corporate environment. Y'all know y'all in two different tax brackets, you know? So
True.
you may not be able to wine her and dine her the way somebody else that works in corporate with her. Do I think that
But if it's a price tag on it, just say what the price is.
I don't think it's necessarily about the price tag. I think this is what people don't realize. And let's just go into it a little bit deeper. It's not about the price tag. I think people look at it as an overall picture because men do it too. But for some reason, they think women are wrong when we do it. We don't want to pick up dependents either. You know, so
Right.
Although you don't have to make as much as me or the same amount as me, you have to be able to say that, God forbid, if anything was to happen, I know that 90 or 80% of it is now going to be on me because you are coming in already at a disadvantage. A lot of women don't want to do that because it becomes one of those situations where if God forbid she loses her job, you cannot pick up the pieces. We're fucked. You get what I'm saying? And the same goes, I don't want to pick up. I don't think you should. I made a post about this because me and Kenneth are friends on Facebook, and I said it that if more men dated women that wanted them versus needed them, I think the dating experience would be different. But what I end up seeing and noticing is a lot of men tie their manhood into being needed. So they tend to date women who don't have as much, and then they date down, which is the women who may be not in a financial space with you, may be struggling and now coming in, and she needs you to take care of it financially. And y'all grow resentful of it because it's like no one wants to be a parent to their partner. Let's just be real. A man don't want no mama, and a woman, most women don't want a dad either. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those dynamics where I never understood why men always make it seem like the corporate women or the women who have our own are these so difficult women, but your life would be a lot different when you know somebody is making 90 and you're making 100. She's not with you for your money. Y'all are very close. The tax bracket is not too far from each other. But what you're probably going to have to deal with now is showing up in a way outside of money. And that is normally a problem.
That is definitely normally a problem because that is non-traditional.
Exactly, but we're not traditional. And I wish
exactly. We're leave the 50s back there.
This is not the 40s. This is not when women couldn't have bank accounts. This is not when we needed to get a dowry from our dads. This is not that. The dynamics have changed because, as they love to bring up statistically, women are getting more educated. Women are buying homes now. So you have this dynamic where women need men to show up more on the emotional support side, on the communication side. And then when those women are now dealing with men, it's, oh, she's difficult. She wants to challenge and she wants to question. And it's like the difference between a woman that has her shit together and a woman that doesn't have her shit together is the knowledge. That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying?
In a lot of situations,
now you're getting the pushback that you wouldn't have got from a woman who's now dependent on you. I'm modern with traditional values. And Lisa, I fully agree with that because, not to go too far, but I fully agree with that because I do like being the working woman, but I still like catering to my man. So I understand what you're saying, being modern with traditional values, but I also know that I'm probably not going to blindly follow anyone unless I'm given the proof in the pudding that this person now makes sound decision. I can trust it, but that takes a process for somebody who thinks for herself. But now a chick who doesn't have a place to stay, she don't have a solid stability job, she's not going to question you. Why? Because you're the person that's stable in this sense. She's not going to question anything because she's the unstable one. So I just want people to be mindful of what they're looking for when they're talking about the dynamic, because if you want a chick that's on your level, you're probably going to have to deal with something different than a person who doesn't have as much.
Well, I want to add to that.
Yeah.
There is people are putting themselves in harm's way simply because they're basing their lifestyle off of two incomes. Like when they're in a relationship, they base their lifestyle off of two incomes. So when one person does get sick, everything falls apart. Versus, how about we try to base this lifestyle off whoever makes the least? That way, that secondary income becomes the savings, vacation, emergency fund, things like that nature that are responsible. But no, it's like we don't think about the future. We don't think about, hey, pregnancy, she won't be able to work for several months.
Correct.
What are we going to do financially about that? You
Correct.
know, if we are basing our mortgage or our rent off of two incomes, what are we going to do with those 7 months? It's like some situations you got to have insight into the future, and this is where we're trying to have the most of quality of life, but not have sacrifices to get ahead. Anything that's worth having requires sacrifice as well as getting ahead.
Yeah.
And that if you have already made it, if you're a multi-millionaire and you have made it, then you're not trying to get ahead. You're there. You're
there.
at the finish line.
Correct.
But everyone else that is not there, you need to be sacrificed in order to get there. And you can do that through, responsible investing and things of that nature. But no one thinks about that in their dating, while dating or getting to know someone. It's like we're two independent people, so we need to have, we're maintaining our lives as single people, and then we come into a relationship and not take the benefit of having two incomes and still maintaining our lives as single people in a couple.
That's because I think more people are wanting codependent relationships versus interdependent. And I'm sorry, I think a lot more men love the codependent relationship, but resent it later, when I think most should be focused on interdependent relationships. That's when two independent people can come together and depend on each other to build something. Codependent is when you got one person that's pretty much, people are dating for help. So
that's only if you allow them to.
Not necessarily, because I was watching a therapist that was talking about love, and love is help. If you love somebody, you help them. So I think every single person on this earth, if you love someone, help is involved, period. Because if you love someone, you're never going to watch them struggle. So I never understand that logic of people are dating for help. I mean, because I own my own home. So, I mean, hey, the chat, you're dealing with two people that got their lives together here. We are probably, we're both technically high value over here. So we are homeowners. We got good credit. We're not dusty. Help. Help is like, for me, I do want help. I want help. I want the person that I'm with to support me. I want the person that I'm with to build a future with me. I have other business ventures that I want to do that, I can probably do by myself, but it will take me a longer time to do versus if I had help. So absolutely, I want help. Everyone wants help. Everyone wants help. Now, if you're talking about people who just want monetary gain, then I would just say you need to reevaluate the people that you're dating, because if you're just picking up people that don't have it, then that's a deeper question for self. Why are you picking up people that don't have their own shit together? Why are you dating people who don't have their own place? Like, I know for me as a woman, if you tell me you're 30, so I'm 35. I just turned 35 October. So if I date someone, the first questions I'm asking, what is your living situation? You have a roommate? I can deal with you having a roommate. but you telling me you still live at home at 30 something, the conversation will never go beyond that. Welcome to the block list, and I'm moving on to the next question. We won't even go on a first date. So it becomes one of those things where why are men not doing the process of elimination? Because it's just like everyone that loves you helps you. Like that by definition is love.
Yeah,
You
well,
love your
also
kids,
you
you
gotta
love
look
your
at it like
family,
this.
all of
A
those
lot of the
people.
issues come into play because there is no character evaluation before they even get involved with the person that they're interested
I
in.
don't think there's self-awareness. Like we end up blaming people for being people, but we don't take into account the bullshit we allow when we pick up people. Like, why are you not picking up people that are of a certain status or a certain caliber? Because they exist. It would be one thing if these people don't exist and that they were far and few, but they exist. They're educated nurses, they're educated doctors, educated lawyers, educated women in corporate. Thousands, not even hundreds, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands. So they exist, but still picking up the chick on welfare. It's like we got a branch and broaden our horizon.
Hey, I want to address this right here. Corey say, yeah, I need to stay single if that's the true definition of love. I will say, brother, it all depends on the caliber of woman you're dating. A woman that's a lawyer or an attorney isn't going to need you to help them financially.
No, they're going to need
you to be like, help me by making sure I keep gas in my car. Help me by making sure my car is clean. Make sure my brakes are good. It'll be things like that. There are other ways to help where it's not about
a handyman. I'm locking him the fuck down.
Right. Do you know how to put up these blinds in my house?
Put up these walls.
You know, do you know how to paint?
Word. That's what I need right now. I find a motherfucker who got a trade. Oh, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. So it's all on the quality. But see, when you don't examine the person's character before you claim them as your woman, then you're dealing with, low vibrational women, low vibrational men. Yes. You got to examine the character. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't have to discuss credit score, but you could tell someone that got it together. Like, are they paying everything with a credit card? Or ask them their philosophy on finances. Do you believe in paying off debts? Do you just pay the minimum? It's questions that you can ask. Like, and I got this good card deck here. It's by Mr. Let Go. Deeper Discussions, Dating Edition.
Oh, nice.
So, like, you will see a lot of YouTube channels have card decks for relationships to ask questions, because it's not that you can't ask the question yourself. What it allows you to bring up difficult question and not be like you're putting the person on the spot. It allows
that'd be fun, Corey.
It allows you to have that conversation, be like, ooh, it's just on the card.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like you want to be in all her business. It's like, it's a part of the game.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important to do the tough questions early on, because you will save a lot of time getting certain questions out the way real quick for people.
Corey say you can knock some walls down.
I can't.
Nah, but hey, Corey, if you dealing with the ones that need that financial support, there are no walls.
Nope, because they're going to fuck you until the next person with the bigger check comes.
Right.
They purchasable.
Thank you, Tim.
Find me working in some bundles.
Right. We should have a game night. For sure. I have a lot of games over here. So definitely, that's something that could happen.
Yep, that'd be fun. Well, let me know. I'll come down for it. Even though I'm supposed to be down there in a couple weeks, but I don't know. We'll see. He said he was delivered a few years ago. Good job. Amen.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for him. Let's give him a clap. You know, he got delivered. He like the guy that said he wasn't gay no more, you know?
Yes, I am delivered. I was not gay no more. Hey, Tiff, I am originally from Brooklyn, but I am now a South Jersey girl.
Yeah. So,
But, yes.
Amen.
He said amen. Yeah, I think we all had that because I dated a few little I dated a brokey. 2 brokey.
Okay.
In my early 20s. Hey, AKA, welcome in. Thank you. We appreciate it. Make sure y'all subscribe, share the live so other people know we exist. Trying to get the numbers up. Oh Lord, I be sending him a bunch of videos and then I forget what the fuck I said.
This is one that I found.
Okay. I love her, so that's why I thought it was one of mine. The guest who was on the show.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Get the audio.
That was the thickie with the good hearer.
Yeah. Okay, let's.
I'm sure it's going to sound simple, but it's actually the only way. The only way to feel worthy is to prove it to yourself. You will feel worthy when your actions align with the things you would be saying and the way that you would spend your time and who you would spend your time with. I want you to think about what does worthy even mean to you? And to me, worthy means you are respected, you're admired, you are a person that has a lot of values. And if you treat yourself with respect, you are proving to yourself that you are worthy. The huge problem that we have is that we look outside of ourselves for worthiness. We think that if we perform at work, we think that if somebody that we're interested in likes us back, that person makes us worthy. That's not where your worth is. Never has been. Your worth is in how you treat yourself. And that's what we get wrong about it. And that's why so many of us feel like we're not worthy of the things that we want because we're putting our power out there first. You have to stop giving your power to other people. You got to take it back and you got to just put it right back in here. You start with you.
So I definitely like that message because this is an issue with dating in general. It's like so many people, from the guy standpoint, we have been given the notion that we gotta impress, which is that ourselves isn't good enough. I don't know where it came from, but initially it's like ourselves is not good enough. So we have to put our best foot forward in dating, not being ourselves, in order to impress someone to see our true value.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know where the dysfunction come into play, but it's one of those situations where we definitely have been led astray with putting up this false presentation, and nobody is objecting to it. It's like, because women won't object to it, especially if they're not of good intention, because they benefit from you misrepresenting yourself, from you overextending your finances to appease them.
Yep.
So there is no safeguard.
A taker's going to take, but that's where a taker's going to take, and that's why those boundaries are important. And I think that's why I've asked these questions. I think I asked it tonight, but if I didn't, it was on my list, where it's just like, what are your boundaries? Oh, I think we actually had that conversation in a previous episode. But yeah, like, you have to know yourself, you have to know your limits, and you have to know what your boundaries are to prevent those people from taking advantage, because I think when you make it somebody else's responsibility to protect you, that's when you put yourself at risk for being hurt and violated. Because a taker is not going to say, you know, he's such a nice person, I should stop taking. No, a taker is going to continue to take. And the same goes for women. If you keep overextending yourself, keep chasing behind people who are not good for you, emotionally unavailable, you just leave yourself open to be violated. And you really can't blame them because you didn't stand on business. But I do agree with that video wholeheartedly. You have to be firm on the things that you bring into your life. And I think for me, getting older, I had to realize, no, you control this shit. People don't enter your life just because. They enter your life because you allowed them to. You have full control of who stays, who goes, all of that. And I think that made me realize a lot more. But my best friend, oh my gosh, shout out to her. If it wasn't for her telling me, sis, you need to go to therapy, I don't know what the fuck my life would look like right now.
Okay, so Ken and Corey has let's normalize not dating down as a man in 2025. I would say the better stance for 2025.
Y'all need to pay me a fee then, goddamn it. Where my therapy fee at? Corey?
Let's go back to the Starbucks date, and if she don't want to go to Starbucks with you, she really don't like you.
You give me Starbucks, you know how giddy I get about Starbucks.
Exactly. You know it because
I'm not gonna pour my own Starbucks, but I still get giddy when people hit me up with my Starbucks.
No, but here's the trick about Starbucks date or any coffee shop. If you learn her order, or write her order down, and hey, you keep that in your back pocket. Every time you see her, you have her order. It's
$5 about to get you some sloppy toppy.
It's the cheat code.
$5 gonna get you some sloppy toppy. He remembered my pistachio latte with oat milk, so y'all know out there. My pistachio latte, and I didn't have to ask for it. He just came over and saw me. He was like, "I brought you some Starbucks. You getting some ass off of Starbucks." Because
Tiff say it's smooth, but I'll tell you how to secure the order.
$5
usually, typically on my first date, what I do is I'll let the women create her order on my Starbucks app because I'm gonna pay for it.
Now you got it saved.
I got it.
He ain't even got to think about it. He just got to click
reorder. I just gotta do plus. I just gotta hit the plus button because it's in the history.
It could all be so simple. Okay, I need to say that it's not a first date Starbucks sloppy toppy. Of course, I'm talking about somebody that you have already invested with, that you cool with. But the fact that you just come to the house and you like, babe, I got you some Starbucks. It goes back to the video what the guy was saying. When you start making deposits into the withdrawals, not withdrawals, I'm sorry. Start making deposits into that account where, men, y'all are spontaneous with it, but women need those little gems, the little subtle things throughout the week to be hot and ready for her man, because it's like, not all, but in some cases, especially if you have been with somebody for a long time, those little love moments, those little intimate things, we appreciate that.
It's not always about the grand gesture. It's those little things that let her know
you just thinking about her.
I'm thinking about her. I got her back. Be like, oh, when I seen, hey, get the little dress size. You can hit her off with a $10 Shein dress. She gonna be appreciative. Now, if she's a designer girl, you may have to go to Fashion Nova because they do a lot of the designer knockoffs, but still, it's just the thought. Her size, even if she don't wear it, it's the fact that you seen something and you was like, this will look good on her. She may wear it for you, but it may not be her style. But she gonna be like, I'm gonna wear it for him because
every time I see him, he wanna see me with it. I'm gonna put it on.
Exactly. And this is how.
He said, I get Starbucks every day then. I can't. So it's funny because I just watched a video where this guy said how he gives his wife flowers. And it wasn't the traditional flowers. This man went to the 99-cent store, looked like. He put a bunch of candles in a hot pot so they melted down. He had like a big container and he just poured the wax in it with the little strings, threw a little bit of flowers on top of it, and it made like a cute centerpiece. So if you have a chick that's into like decor or DIY or something like that, he probably did that for less than $10. And I'm quite sure his wife was so fucking thrilled to see that centerpiece on her table. But it's just like things like that. Women, especially women who have their own, pay more attention to those gestures than somebody just saying, oh, I'm buying you something.
Because the issue is, because if you try to buy your way into a relationship, eventually you will run out of things to buy.
But this is a lot of people.
It's because a lot of people don't have. They're not used to dealing with people that have. So when you deal with someone that has,
when she brings,
you can't buy the affection or love.
I mean, I think
and that's the person you should be dealing with, the person that has.
I think if you're looking for peace, you got to find somebody that got peace in their own life. Because if they don't come with peace, or if they don't have peace in their own life, you ain't getting that. Like, two peaceful people are not going to raise hell. Let's be clear.
Exactly. That's a disposition. If your life is in peace, it's not. No one's obligated to declutter your life, fix your life. You know, you hire professionals for that. Iyanla Vanzant, you know.
Ayala fix my life.
Right.
But I do think if you meet somebody who's
not create chaos.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think men, not all, but there is a good percentage of men and women. Let me not even say that. People. Let me just correct that. People. I think there's a good percentage of people that are so used to chaos that if peace was to come to them, that shit would be considered boring to them. They would not know how to function in it. If she not arguing with you or yelling at you or y'all not beefing and y'all not doing the breakup to make up sex, niggas don't know how to operate in that shit, and neither do women. I've seen so many videos of women who are in healthy relationships that don't know. They just waiting for the shoe to drop, because they don't know what fucking peace is like. They don't. They don't know it individually, and they don't know how to operate in a relationship. They be like, peace, and as soon as peace come, they be like, she don't do nothing. She don't question where I'm going. She not looking through my phone. She trusts me. She good. This bitch is boring.
Hold on. This video may add to this.
Don't let the nerdy guys fool you, because he will break your heart. Honestly, going for ugly guys is a scam because they fuck you over more than the hot guys. And guess what? It's 10 times more embarrassing because it's like, I thought I had this under control. Like, I'm cuter than you, but then I still get played. All men are trash. Shoot for the stars. Don't let the nerdy guy fool you because he will break your heart.
As a person of Kenneth, you know me, so you done seen some of the people I try to give a chance to. And I knew I was not physically attracted to them, but I thought at one point, you know, if you date them, they might be more nicer and more kind-hearted. No, the fuck they're not. No, and you will be pissed because you let an ugly motherfucker piss you off. Yes, you will. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. They are the worst. Dating a motherfucker that is uglier than you, it's more insecurities you gotta deal with. They self-sabotage like a motherfucker, and they will lead you astray and piss you the fuck off. And you will be 10 times madder because you know you could have fucked with the cuter nigga with the bigger dick and would have been better. I'm just saying.
But only objection I would have to this is the cuter guy probably ain't approaching women.
He said, how you start dating and you're not even attracted? I don't understand what that means. No, for real. Corey, elaborate on your comment.
Hold on, let me put. Hey Corey, if you want to come on the live, I'm gonna send you the link so you could talk your
Talk your shit.
explain yourself. This link is for Corey.
Oh, how can you? Okay, so Tiff explained it. So let's go. How can you date a man you're not attracted to? Because I've dated men that I was attracted to, and I just assumed that, you know, certain people that are not as good. I just had a thought process that dating them fine men wasn't it. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try to give the mid dudes a try. Don't do that. They are not better. And like he said, that nerdy nigga that's kind of ugly is going to piss you off. They assholes too. That's what kills me about this whole thing. They're not even humble. You would think that a racially challenged individual would be a little bit humble. No, they're not. They're absolutely not. They got a whole lot of audacity. So this is the second video that I saw warning me of this, and I wish I'd have saw it before, but luckily I didn't get too far with those people. I didn't meet any of these people. We just kind of talking over the phone, FaceTiming, but don't do it. Just don't do it. That was my best friend. Told me to date outside my norm. Thank you, Lisa. See, I'm gonna be honest. Remember the book I told you about? What is it called? There was a book I read called Marry Him, Being Good with Settling for Mr. Good Enough. So I started trying to look at other characteristics, like, you know, are they a good person and all these other things. Again, the surprise realizing they're assholes. But I was trying to look at other qualities because they said dating your type is part of the problem. Them motherfuckers was ugly and still the problem. So I close on that, but ladies, don't do it, and men don't do it either. See, Angie, I'm telling you, it ain't. I feel you on this one. Little story, you know what? Because I do want to share a little story time on that one. That person lived within the DMV area, and they were coming up to see me, and we agreed on the time. They planned the location. So I'm like, oh, great. They took care of everything. I just got to show up. I had to go to New York for something, so I made sure I went to New York and made it back in time. And y'all know I said at the beginning, I'm always late, but I was on time. And long story short, he ended up being late. The communication stopped, and I needed to now pick up my son by a certain time. So we're rolling into like 9, 10 o'clock, and we were supposed to originally meet at 7. So he told me he was going to let me know when he got to the hotel. Long story short, I told him at like around 9, 10-ish, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to meet you. I'm sorry that you did this long drive, but I have to go pick up my son at the bus station. No response, but then post on Facebook when you've been spending all day getting ready and your sneaky link cancels. I'm sorry, Corey, you still on mute. Who the fuck he was calling a sneaky link? We can't hear you. Sorry, but yeah, I ended up blocking him off everything, and I never spoke to him again. Cause who the fuck you calling a sneaky link? My ego got real big. So that's the end of that story.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Corey. So I'm not sure. I'll drop you down.
Can you hear me now?
Dropping down.
Can hear you now.
Yeah,
you're in the building.
I had to do some settings, you know what I'm saying? It's my first time. They got me on this StreamYard. You know, we'll be doing StreamYard. Got me out here.
Let's go. Welcome to StreamYard.
What's up, y'all? What's up? So what were we talking about? What's going on? What was said?
We were talking about the trying to date ugly, because everything that we're reading now is telling us to stop dating our norm, because the norm is the problem. But when you try to date outside, some people realize it's a worse experience. So
what's gonna happen though when you dating somebody that's ugly or that you know you're not attracted to, and they want to lean in for a kiss? Are you gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna flinch, or you gonna just kiss them?
Hey, Hey, this is. I will say like this from experience. I have dated unattractive people. It wears off a little bit with time. It was like they don't look that bad, you know.
Right? You be like, they got some nice. The character's so nice. They got a great personality.
It's like,
Oh,
it's like
no, about that. You said ugly wear off.
Hey, you may just need the old fashioned before you get.
It's like the Steve Urkel effect. You know, they kind of after a while, maybe they, after a while, you just kind of start seeing the good, the positives. You try.
I tried. Let me tell you something. I tried to date somebody I was not attracted. Well, I never got to the part where we were dating, but I imagined that we talking. No, Angie, I'm not on no StreamYard. God dang. I'm on the Kenneth Powell Nord podcast. All right. They got the StreamYard going. No, I tried to date. In my mind, I tried to date somebody, and I just kept imagining like what's gonna happen when they try to like actually want to like be caressed and like touched and held and stuff. Because they're a great person. They had a great personality. Loved hanging around them all the time. But it was that like imagination of like, dang, I don't want to hurt her feelings one day when she tries to like want to like take it to the next level and everything ain't even working the way it's supposed to work. You feel me? Because I don't like it.
Right.
Because I can't hide that. You could be a great person, but your greatness ain't gonna make me like, you know what I'm saying, go there with you. So that's what I meant when I asked the question. I was like,
I think it might be different for men and women in that aspect then, because I know for me, if somebody treats me very well, I can look past what you look like. Obviously, I'm not saying you gotta look like fucking Predator. I'm like, there has to be some level of like, there has to be some level of no deformity on your face, There is one guy that did try to speak to me, and it was just like, he was next level ugly. There was like no hiding it. But you do have some people that are like, kind of ugly. They're not fully ugly, but they, they're not top model either. I can deal with somebody that is like that treats me well, because if somebody treats me well, I can look past almost anything.
I know, and I hear women say that all the time, but what's funny is I never hear men say that.
Men won't ever say that.
I never hear, because we can't. We visually have to be stimulated.
Say what?
I don't know.
Say that.
Go ahead.
They can basically be in a relationship with somebody that they're not attracted to.
I think women can be in a relationship with men that don't sexually satisfy them too. Again, because we look at overall, what are you going to give up? Because a lot of us have already dealt with the fine men that wasn't shit. So it's like, do you still want to deal with fine men that ain't shit, or are you going to deal with the kind of ugly dude that treats you right?
Hey, Corey, I'm at a point now. I'm older than you, but like I'm at a point now where I've had the beautiful woman that drained my pockets. So the ugly woman that's going to spend on me, I may look at differently.
So you can do everything that come with a relationship with the ugly woman.
Hey, Corey, you are a veteran, right? You are a veteran, right? You
ain't said it yet. But you still ain't said the words. You've been tiptoeing around it. So I'm trying to get straight to it.
You trying to get straight to it? I'm gonna say sometimes you got to take one for the team.
What? One for the team? I'm talking about a relationship. Hey. Every time y'all about to do the do, you gotta look her in the face.
Hey, you gonna be like Jody and Baby Boy. You're gonna be driving her to work. You're gonna have her Bentley or whatever. You're gonna drop her off. You're gonna take the Bentley and go where you need to go.
So Corey, basically,
I can't do it.
You can be a sugar baby now. You met a 50-60-year-old woman that was a millionaire, and she like, I want you. She wrinkled, titties is sagging. Would you be
I can't
able
do it. My money
He said
good.
I can't do it. He said I
Nah,
can't do
my
it.
money good. I don't need. Nah, I'm good. There's no amount of money at this point in my life. I can wholeheartedly say now at this point, there's no money. There's no amount of money in my life now where someone can have that's gonna make me like them.
Okay. All right.
And now, if you would have asked me this question like a year or two ago, I would be thinking like, I don't know. But nah, heck nah, ain't no way.
Nah, I'm not talking about little money. I'm talking about, baby,
Millions.
you retired. I'm talking about
I
baby,
know.
you retired.
Another day in your life.
I'm almost there now, so I don't. I'm good.
Right.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Well, God bless
so y'all
you.
can do that.
Hopefully,
So, like,
I
you
can
haven't-
do that.
what about procreating? What about making a baby?
Yeah, we not on that. We not on that time.
There's no procreation happening here.
That's what. Oh, y'all on that type of time?
Yeah, we passed that stage.
My
Oh,
son
see, I ain't
graduates
past that
this
stage
year.
though. See, I ain't past the stage.
See, so Corey, I agree with
That's
you.
why I need some younger people on the show. That's why.
I agree with you 100%. If I was trying to bring babies into this world, I could not do that. I could not.
Oh no!
Yeah.
If you bring babies into the world, now you gotta genetics play a part into that, and you gotta.
For real. Tiff said, "What about old Corey?" What about old Corey?
Yeah. What about old Corey?
You like me as old, or would I talk to somebody who's old?
Wait, how old are you, Corey? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 35.
Okay, we the same age.
Mm-hmm. He old though. Me and Kendon had this whole conversation at Putt-Putt Golf talking about how old he was.
Yeah,
yeah. Because it was somebody at the place that thought that she was older than him. I was like, nah, you ain't older than Ken. Ken up there.
Old young man.
Yeah, I just keep in shape, so I still look young out here.
And I look old.
Hey, I heard you said you lost a lot of weight. I ain't know that. That's dope. Yeah. That's very impressive.
He started the walking challenge pretty much in the group, and
really
he did a good job.
That's lit.
Yeah, he did a really good
job.
Hey.
So when the weather's good, I walk
a
minimum of 7 miles a day, and on the weekends I walk across the Woodrow Wilson Bridge.
Yep, every single day,
every
rain,
single day.
sleet, or fucking snow. We watched it.
Well, you got a lot of time on your hands, don't you?
You should have.
How long it take to do that?
It takes like 2 hours, 15 minutes to do
every
7 miles.
Single day.
I ain't got time for that. I just go downstairs to my gym.
Hey, well, here's the thing. Like, I would go to the gym and I wouldn't be consistent. So that was the issue. It was like, and plus, I'm going to be on YouTube anyway. I'm gonna be. I'm listening to podcasts.
Got to look good for the tube.
Got to look good
for the tube.
It was just the idea that let me do something that I know I could be consistent at. So I just walk my neighborhood.
I feel you. That's lit. Crazy. That's very impressive. Like inspirational.
We saw the change in your face. Then we saw the change in your body. It was a trip to watch that.
Now he think he pretty.
I think Kenneth always thought that.
I think he pretty. I can see how
he talking shit.
Yeah, look how he
say shit.
Hey, you know.
Yeah.
I just say I appreciate the compliments.
Hold on, what it say? Hold on, let me get glasses. Hold on. I'm Ken.
We started seeing him in the suits, and we was like,
yeah. You know, I'm Ken. I'll be walking 7 miles.
Don't let him put on the pink suit.
7 miles every time. You know, all around the Lincoln Memorial. You feel me?
Hey. When I put on the pink suit, it be problems out here in these streets.
Problems out here in these streets.
Yes. Let me turn off my camera real quick so y'all can see it. Y'all can see the look. Y'all see the icon. It's a problem out here in these streets with the icon. Come on,
with the chains on under the suit.
Yeah. Just a little.
I'm really, hey. Players gonna play. You feel me? Hey, I ain't hating on you, but boy, You know what I'm saying? Y'all got me on this StreamYard. No, I don't know nothing about StreamYard. They had me in a waiting room. I said a waiting room.
Oh yeah. Hey, because this is to protect you on YouTube when you have guests, because some people may come up, naked and things like that. So you just don't. They just don't come right on the stream.
No, I see. I like it.
Yes.
I like it. Okay. I might think about it. I might have it as like my little back pocket. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing that convinced me to do StreamYard versus the others is like you could simultaneously go live in 8 places.
Yeah. Yeah, because
you
we're
can go live in 8 places.
We're live on Twitch right now.
Yeah, we're streaming live Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now.
Oh, I'm on the Face Bizzle?
Yes,
yeah, you on Facebook.
I don't even be on Facebook like that. You got me out here right now.
You're on Facebook right now under my personal profile.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not like posted to a particular group or anything like that, because we had that discussion on your channel about Facebook groups and how they shady here in the DMV.
Are they?
We can talk about it. We can speak on it.
Yeah.
We can speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I was never.
Yeah, so one of the local singles groups I left because they had trans women in the group that were bragging about all the numbers they got. And I was like, hold on, do these men know
that's fucked up
your status? Because everybody drinking, like the reason why I knew who they were was because I was upper level, so I was able to check out their profiles before.
So you was upper level in that group?
In the group where the founder of the group had given me back privilege, like moderator stuff.
Are you the dude she was talking about?
Maybe I didn't.
This is the story.
Maybe the dude she was talking about, but there are other people that were in the group that also had Facebook groups. Like groups that I mentioned would be like Campus. Have you heard of them? Okay, so Campus is another group where Yushindi, he helped her. He basically supplied her with single men to go to her events.
Her
group was full of women.
That's what I heard, and that's why I got involved in the first place, is because she saw me in the group. I think in the group that you're in now, that you told me about, she saw me in that group, and she had messaged me to like tell me, they're looking for guys to come to like a singles event, the only single event I ever been to in DC. And I was like, I'll go. I'm only been here about a month and a half. So I went, and it wasn't my cup of tea. But I still show support and love.
Right. And that was the issue with me. I blocked so many people that when I would go to events, everybody that thought they're like, oh, you already blocked.
Oh, wow.
Because this is how I operate in the singles groups. Like, because you don't want to have to deal with the paradox of choice. A lot of people in these groups think because the group has 20K members, 30K members, that's the actual amount of people that they actually can match with. But once you start to actually view those intro profiles, they say they got 5 kids. You see the picture, it ain't looking right.
5 kids.
Yo, they don't be matching their profile pictures. Daddies, they looking for a provider male. Let me go ahead and block you so I no longer see your posts, because I don't want to be distracted in my feed from what you got to say.
So you was blocking them before they even had a shot?
Even before.
They couldn't even shoot the shot?
They shot their shot with the intro post.
That's wild. So she
If
keeps you on
you
out the group, huh?
If you know you would never date a woman and you're in a singles group, you need to eliminate that woman some way, somehow. Don't just let her clog up the views, because they will be constantly
Clog up the views. Yeah.
Just like if somebody in your group and they posting stuff and we don't care what they posting. Like, what we gonna do? We gonna boot them out of your group because what they're posting isn't relevant to the conversation or to the
get it, yeah. Okay. And then she just went and kicked you out the group, huh?
No, I left the group. She didn't kick me out. I left.
Oh, now she kicked me out. She kicked me out. Yeah. She
still uses my images for promotion. I'm in her pictures.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
So
yeah, but you probably wouldn't recognize me because this was when I was bigger too.
Wait, what you about to say? Hey,
no, I was having my connection.
Can
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I think I'm having difficulty. But no, I was asking, she doesn't require them to disclose that they're transgender.
The only way you know is if you go to their profile. They don't, like when they did intro posts, they didn't say anything about their orientation or anything.
That's that
like
Facebook
that.
stuff, boy.
So it was like, once you go to their page though, and then you start sifting through the pictures, you be like, oh, this is a no-go.
Kim must have had the pink suit on for promo pics.
They're gonna think you're gonna be there.
5 kids and profile photo from 10 years ago. Yeah.
It's bad.
I just got kicked out.
Before y'all meet people in person. Definitely require FaceTime.
But I would say the group that I'm a moderator of now is legit. They cool. Okay. They cool. DMV does. And also for you, Corey, since you're actually in DC, you should look into Carpe Diem.
What's that?
It's
put me on game. Hold on.
Okay, so Carpe Diem is a matchmaking service for Black women. Executive level Black women. No.
Nah.
I'm trying to tell you. Hey, brother, if you ain't gotta pay no money. They just have like mixers. It's like the group, you know, the video that you made for the person that we no longer talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine events like that, but with people that actually look good. Like, I'm talking about model level. Like, it'd be...
Hey, how your people talk to my people? How your people talk to my people? We're gonna talk about that offline.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that offline.
I'm telling you, it's cold.
Hey, enough said, my boy. Enough said.
I wouldn't say you wrong on this. Like, I was a member, like, and I believe I went on, they set me up with maybe 40 women.
They did what?
Yeah.
That's too many women, dog. I can't do that. I could barely deal with one.
I'm not, you don't have to date. You don't have to, like, this was the beauty of it. You would meet them and be introduced, but you ain't have to go out with them. I didn't go out with all 40 because I asked those questions like we discuss here. Eliminate them.
That's wild. Okay. All right. I mean, I hear you. I don't know. I'm not in a rush to be meeting a big group of women. You know, I like to organically just run into who I run into.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, like, for example, like how we had to meet up at the putt-putt thing. I like scenarios like that, like just a group coming together, we hang out and do stuff, organically. But if I feel like they already know we're supposed to be trying to talk to each other, I feel like people get to posturing up. You know, they get to acting different because they know that you're like paying attention to them like that, and they can put on the front. They can hide stuff.
You do have a point there. Like, they throw fabulous events, and I believe that I didn't necessarily see posturing, but women would complain that, hey, you ain't talk to them.
Because I didn't want to talk to you.
Exactly.
Oh, let's talk about, you know what? Since it's just us men,
right?
Let's talk about some of these things right now. Because women be wanting to talk about, they be wanting us to talk about, or they be saying all the time, I keep hearing, men ain't approaching women in the city. Why do you think that is? In DC or DMV?
Well, you pretty much said it. Like, and Tiff said it as well. They're not getting approached because the ticket looked too high.
You said the ticket looked too high?
Yeah. Like what? Like Tiff already said, if she looks like you can't afford to live her lifestyle, why even waste her time? We not wasting the women's time. Now they got it. Hey, it's even like we got all these raggedies approaching and hollering at us, or now they got a problem with us not approaching. Hey, decide which side you want to be on, because if we not wasting your time, so we not approaching. We not wasting your time.
I seen the dynamic that Tiff talked about, where, you know, the woman is already living a certain lifestyle and providing for herself. Then yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, you got to match the energy or better, right? I get that. But what I be focused on, what I be feeling like is the issue is, it's like there's a lot of women who appear to be on that lifestyle or appear to look like this is how they live their life, but in reality, they don't live that type of life. That, you know, they still staying with their mama, or they work at Walmart.
Yeah, you know, but you only learn those factors through conversation. You know where you stay at. Rent is expensive here in the city. How much you pay for rent? You ask that question, you know, oh, I don't pay for rent.
I was slick. He's like, damn, rent is expensive. How much you pay for rent?
Because I'm looking to, hey, just throw it on. Be like, yo, I'm looking to move. What's a good area? How much you pay for rent?
It's a great question.
Because you'll know right there. If they say, oh, I only pay $900 for rent. Okay, where you at?
I don't know where that's at.
Exactly. They in the slum of Shaolin if they only paying $900.
Man.
But those are, it's like, if you ask the question directly, it's going to be offensive, because they were like, what? But you got to find a way to get the information.
$550 in the studio and mortgage monthly. I was reading some of the comments. Tiff said they stay below the hood. Hey, for real. But this was where now all the way down, and where I was going with it is the problem. It be the bad. Like, sometimes, I ain't gonna say sometimes. A lot of times it be the baddest looking women that you've ever seen in your life, and they be the ones that don't got it together. They just look the part so well, though, and you gotta make a hard decision.
Here is a situation that I found out by becoming a moderator of this new group. Influencers, especially influencers, are going to a lot of places and being comped their meals and comp their lifestyle. So they can document it. And if you're a beautiful woman, all you need in DC is 20K followers. 20K followers. If you let the management of the restaurant, most likely you could eat at that restaurant for free, and you just advertise that restaurant on your site.
Hey, he give me y'all game. That was game right there.
But the thing is, you got to talk to the owner or management of the restaurant and be like, yo, I'm an influencer in the area. You be like, I want to do business with you. Is it any way you can comp me a meal or let me come to your venue and make an Instagram thing? Because I've been on them, and they be like, they'll even give you a discount or they'll tell you this is what budget you have. You could, like the last one I was on, it was like, yeah, I have a budget of $150 for your table. And so
now who you doing this with? Who you doing this with?
Hey, networking, brother, networking. Networking.
Okay, shit. I might have to start saying, hey, you know, I'm on YouTube. I'll make a video about while I'm here.
Yeah,
you know,
like I got a Valentine's Day event I'm going to for free just because of networking.
Oh yeah, no, I can't do Valentine's Day. I'm a pop smoke on Valentine's Day. Y'all ain't gonna hear from me, see me, nothing. I'm gonna disappear on Valentine's Day. I ain't even gonna be. It's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna do exactly what you did just now on Valentine's Day. I'm a blue.
Right.
Corey, where you at in the group? We haven't heard from you today.
The only reason why I'm going is because I'm not paying. And you know, I put on the suit. I put on some paint for them. Let them take their pictures. Let them see what's up.
So you getting tricked on, huh? Somebody tricks. Huh?
I'm decoration now. You know, at my age, I become decoration.
I'm decoration. Y'all hear this?
You know, they be wanting, because hey, what you don't know about me is I've done stand-up comedy, I've done improv comedy, as well as military veteran, college graduate. So I got stats. So it's like, you know, I'm able to mingle in a lot of circles and network and have those conversations. So it's like, yeah, I know what's going on in the city. Now, if it's too ratchet, yeah, it's a line because of my age. It's a line that I don't go below. But classy events, upscale, you want to talk to councilmen, senators, you know. I know.
We need to collab on some stuff then. You know what I'm saying? I got 100,000 followers on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? we can talk about some stuff.
Hey, we could do that offline. I'm just saying, it's just
how your people talk to my people,
right?
How your people talk to my people? Yeah, we going.
Especially like Tiff out here. She be having the outfits and she be doing her thing. I'm sure she's got the inside scoop.
Tiff her outfits be outfitting. The outfits be outfitting. You feel me? They do. I'm gonna say this. There are good women for sure in DC, right? I don't say that often, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There's good women in DC. It's just that when you look at the overall picture, they're just hard to find because they're like sprinkled, you know, all throughout in different little areas, and you gotta kind of like just so happen to run into them, and they're good people, you know. But for the most part, it's a lot of questionable things going on out here. I feel like you're doing something behind the scenes.
Yeah. No, Black Abdullah, no, they're not Tom Ford, but they look good, don't they?
Hold on, we doing the shit. We can put the glasses back on. Yeah, man. I'm about to I can match the quality. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My name's Ken Corey. I do like long walks on the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, promote your channels. Food. Promote your channels, though. You know, most of the people here already know who you are. You can promote your channels. Post the links in the chat.
Oh man, I don't. It's all about you, man. I just appreciate you bringing me on. You know, I know how hard it is, the grind from, you know, getting it out the mud when you start a new channel on YouTube. It's not for the lighthearted, not for the easy. You gotta stay consistent. That's the biggest thing in YouTube is that consistency. Because when you build the momentum and it starts to go, you'll see how like things they do get easier. But it's like you have to just keep staying with it. Eventually, one video, all it takes is one video, and it'll make all the rest of your other videos pop.
Right, and like for the first time on TikTok, we got over 1,000 views on a clip. So that was a milestone reached this week. So
congratulations!
I'm excited for the progress. I feel as though just make content. I'm actually going to purchase your camera, the DJI. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase that because right now I was thinking about. I don't even have it around me, but I had the gimbal for my cell phone. That's just too much.
Yeah, that's why I like this camera because it already has the gimbal attached to it, and if I wanted to, I can have it where it's tracking my face.
Right.
You know, I can have it where it's following me. You know what I mean?
And that's
it's fun. Legit. It's cool. It's a toy, really. That feature you don't really have to have, but it just helps it really helps more when you're walking. To be able to have like that, like you can want to have the camera a certain type of way, and while you're walking, it'll be aligning itself on its own.
So my question is, you using the camera right now? Did you have an adapter to get it to the internet, the stream?
All I did was use a USB-C cable and plug it directly into my laptop, and it detects it as a webcam.
Oh,
so then whenever you're about to go live or do anything, you just select that camera instead as your webcam instead of your FaceTime camera.
Okay, that's dope.
That's how simple it is. It's really a great camera. I ain't gonna lie, it's a great camera.
Yeah, because it's cheaper than buying a new cell phone. I was before realizing finding out about that camera. I was gonna go ahead and get the iPhone 16 Pro Max or whatever because I was like, but hey. That's like
this is a great. I would definitely suggest this camera above all. I'm going to start using it as like a quick setup. Whatever, like we do at our next event, I'm going to bring my laptop and this camera, just plug it in and start going live.
I enjoy hearing your lives with the panel. I appreciate you all are respectful and with the dialogue and not over talking one another. Yes, Tiff. I think that's also because we actually know each other in real life. Everybody that's been on the panel so far, it may not be that way in the future when the YouTube channel grows and we have strangers on the panel. But so far, everyone that's been on the panel, we know and respect each other. So it's like very easy to keep it kosher.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm really starting to like this lane where it's like talking about dating and stuff like that, and just giving your opinions on life and what we've all learned, because we all have something to be able to give and chime in on when it comes to this type of stuff. So I never thought I would be in the DMV.
Especially here in the DMV, you know, I said that the DMV is the Hollywood for educated folks, you know.
I never thought about that. But yeah, that's a pretty good little slogan.
Because it's the chief industry here is politics, government. So you're going to have the city is filled with lawyers. So it's advanced education. So it's not like Hollywood where, you know, all of the beautiful people from all over the United States go to California in order to pursue their dream in the film industry. So yeah, the looks department isn't as high here.
It's not.
It is not. So places like Houston, places like Atlanta, places where they do have a film industry, the looks are going to be better.
That is what was Tick was telling me when I was streaming earlier that I was having a culture shock, and I think that is basically what I went through as far as in the dating world here. Is I had such a hard culture shock that I just tapped out. Like, this ain't for me. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna be the area for me to settle down. especially in the looks department. What was Black say?
He was talking about the camera. He was thinking about getting a new iPhone 2 to do his streaming. And I was like, yo, you got to get that camera. That it's a game changer. And even if you get the earlier version, which is the 2, it's $300 for the 2 now. So if you don't want to go out and get the current version, you could get an older version and still have most of the features.
I would suggest getting, if you don't want to pay for this full price, you can get this camera. I don't know why I keep yawning. You can get this camera used, and this is a great camera. Like there is definitely a major difference between the 2 and the 3. I've had all 3. I've had the 1, 2, and the 3. I even had the one they made before the 1, which was called the like Zen Muse or whatever. It was called the Osmo. It was called the DJI Osmo. Okay. And it was like a way bigger version of the camera now. It was like maybe this tall. And but it was like real slow to turn on and clunky and stuff. But now that they've made that, it's like they shrunk the camera down and they're slowly making it bigger again. But now with all the new technology, and it's dope. I love it. It gives me a little bit like if I like when I'm vlogging, I get a little bit of like background blur. Like you can see like a little separation between me and the background now. Like I love that look. That's like that almost like a mirrorless camera look. It's like the perfect camera between a super professional camera and like an action camera.
Right.
I love it.
And the fact that you can fit it in your pocket is a game changer.
Yes, I can bring it into concerts. It don't go off on metal detectors.
Right.
So yeah, any event that says no cameras allowed, just put this in your pocket and walk through the metal detector and pull it out when you get there. And you can record wherever you need to record. Yeah, I keep trying to force myself to use my big cameras. I keep trying to force myself to use stuff like this, but this camera shoots 8K. Okay. But like I barely use it anymore. It's been collecting dust. Today I literally wiped it off today because I was like, I'm gonna use this camera, but it's so convenient to just use this. It's good enough. The quality is good enough. People don't care about
that camera streams 4K, right?
Huh?
The DJI 3 does 4K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And until we get 8K TVs at Walmart, we don't need to be worried about 8K.
We're not gonna get it though, because no one wants to look at 8K. 4K was already enough. It was already like 1080. It was like good, and then 4K was just like starting to be hyper realistic. Like, do you remember the first time you started seeing 4K TVs? Like you walking in the store and it almost felt like you could put your hand through the TV because it was like you just weren't used to seeing 4K.
Right.
You can't.
Especially
I wouldn't be able to imagine.
It's like you looking at it.
Like I'm like, dang, you just sitting there in the Best Buy section of the TV section at Walmart. Like, dang, all these TVs look like the water should be falling out the screen, but it's But I'm definitely just trying to get used to living in DC and just the whole culture as far as dating is totally different. It's just so super different than what I was dealing with in Houston. In Houston, everybody wanted to date you because it was almost like a status to see who you could date, who has the most clout and stuff in the city, and then all the women look like they also double as a dancer at night. It's like the whole culture of being in the nightclub spilled out into everyday life all the time. You couldn't go to restaurants without people twerking in between tables and stuff because they got a DJ in there and a light show in a restaurant.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line. I don't want to go nowhere where you're gonna twerk over my grits. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, but everywhere in Houston it doubles as like a low key. Only during the daytime can you actually find like peace and just relax. But by the time the sun start acting like it want to go down, shoot, it don't even gotta go down yet. By the time it's about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, the DJ didn't already set up. And they got the music starting to get louder and louder increasingly throughout each hour. By the time 7 o'clock hit, it's a full blown party, in every restaurant. Don't let it doubt though as being a lounge or a hookah lounge. It's crazy. So but imagine just being around it all the time, every day, everywhere you go, it's just a turn. It's lit, and then you come here.
Yeah, I used to DJ in the bar, and honestly, when you're in that environment every night, you get desensitized to it.
Exactly. So now I feel like I'm quarantining myself from that nightlife, because I used to call myself the king of the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? All my videos used to always be about what, the littest clubs to go to and all that stuff in the nightlife type stuff.
You can be the king of the nightlife again now. I could get you in the.
Can we keep the twerking separate from the food? Yeah, no, I'm just telling y'all what used to happen. It's not that I wanted that. I'm just saying it's like everywhere I went. Like if y'all go past any videos of mine that's, past me living here in DC, every specific place I went to in all my videos are just a whole lot going on. And then the way they dressing out there, everything is a lot more provocative. The music is, cranked to the max, and they talking about all kinds of stuff in music. You see everywhere you go, everybody got chains and jewelry on. Everybody ringed up, chained up, earrings, blinging everywhere. The women too got all kind of jewelry on. I don't never see jewelry out here.
No.
It'd be cars that are souped up out there, big rims everywhere, tinted windows, candy paint everywhere. I haven't seen one custom-made car since I've been in DC. It's just everything's factory, So it's just a whole different lifestyle. I've been trying to get used to this, and I don't know. I tried to accept what they had to offer, but I'm like, I at least got to start seeing something. I got to leave it with something now.
Hey, I could show you some places to go. Have you ever been to First Fridays?
I don't even know where that's at or what that is.
Okay, so it's MGM Grand Casino. Have you been there? Okay, see, there's a lot I need to put you on to then.
Your people gonna talk to my people, and we gonna
right.
Yeah. We're gonna figure this out.
This is stuff where you could go to, you can get your video content and see some things,
I need to see some things. Yeah. I need
because
yeah.
I would say typically it's hard. Like for the our people in the city, they only really come out for big events. So it's like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. It's not like just a random weekend. It's not good on a random weekend most of the time.
Tim, you ain't been nowhere. You talking about I ain't been nowhere. Tim, you have not been anywhere that is what I'm talking about.
See, Black Abdullah knows First Friday's lit.
I'm sure it is from what it sounds like. This is the first time I heard somebody say First Friday.
This is a scale environment compared to Houston. I would agree.
It is. She said, I've been to MGM. Have you been to First Friday MGM? We're not just talking about just to go to MGM. I've literally been inside MGM and seen the National Harbor from the balcony and stuff like that. But I haven't been to the MGM he talked about.
Right.
Yeah, that's the MGM I'm talking about. So y'all in the Kool-Aid don't even know the flavor. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
God, dang.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
But yo, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. I appreciate you coming up, Corey.
No problem.
We definitely gonna link again when you have it. Like whenever I have events that I think you should be aware of, I'm gonna let you know.
As long as I can bring my camera, this one.
every camera, every event I go to, you should be able to bring your camera.
Okay, because I ain't trying to get kicked out
I
of the
don't
group because I
even
got my
go
camera.
to events where they patting you down. If security got to pat you down, I pretty much don't go there.
Sometimes that'd be the best places. I ain't gonna lie to you. When you gotta get pat down, I was like, oh, what you pat me down? Oh, it be going down like that.
That also means they ask her where the money at. The ladies ask her where the money at.
And they usually
It's
be
like-
super fine, though. I ain't gonna lie.
They
That's the
do.
bad part, though. It's like you get super fine, ask them where the money at, and okay, but they treat you right. You know, you gotta pick and choose. You know.
Yo, so I wanna thank everybody that's in the chat. Hey, if you like the content, subscribe. We try to post once to twice a week or go live once to twice a week here on this channel with Sophisticated Immaturity. I created the network, Nor Post Network, because I didn't want to just have a show about me. If there are other people that's local to the DMV that want to get on YouTube but don't know how to do the production side of it, I'll host your channel. I'll host your content. It's not an issue. It's like, hey, StreamYard, I just got to send you a link. So it's easy. So just, hey, like, subscribe, share the content. I'm going to post, like, after this is over, I'm going to make clips. I use Opus Clips. It's been working well for me using that. So I'm not a good editor like your brother Corey. So maybe one day I get to his level, but until then, yeah, she had to go. Asha had to go. She's gone for the night. And want to thank everybody for joining. This is the end. Another episode of Sophisticated Immaturity. We'll see you next time. Take care.